All right, Alico 3, let's do a PSA bulk. We've got about 200 in this one, so let's get to it. On a side note, I think these were $17 to grade each. Top chrome refractor, that's Julio. 673. O2 BC, Ed Reed. Typically, I'm not into post-playing career cards like this Fault card. I think his last year was around 2006. But I don't know. There's something interesting about it. It's gold. It's a 10. There's a Falk. We got Yanquiel Fernandez refractor. That one is out of 499 from 2022 Bowman Chrome. Casey Mize, I think he had Tommy John or something, so we'll see what comes with him. But Casey Mize, I think at one point he was the first pick. Yeah, it's been 5 years though, and hasn't really panned out yet. There's still time for him, but he's a pitcher, so we'll see what happens with that. Ray Lewis, Bowman's best. Just your base best. '95 Bowman's best. These are called red refractors, and they really don't have a strong following. Decent sales. I think a Griffey and a 9's worth about 125, 150, which it really doesn't seem like that much for a refractor in the mid 90s. But here's Bonds in a 9. I bet this card's worth $60 if I just had to throw a price out. Whoops. Aspirations Breeze 85, die cut version. This is cool. It's got the bolt patch. And tough to get, mints on cards like that. Chris Bosch's Ultimate Collection. This one, just bought it raw. So Bosch Ultimate gets a 10. Eddie's Leonard. I think he's with the Tigers now. He got traded at some point. Got 10. These gold shimmer. So there's gold shimmer, and there is gold mini diamond. So they're just creating more parallels to print more product. So, shortstop prospect, Mejia for the Cardinals. That one is out of 50. Larry Johnson Ultimate Collection. This is just a pretty nostalgic set. It's 20 years old now, but college uniforms, on-card autos. I think it was pretty pricey at the time to buy a box of this too. It'd be interesting to find some facts on that, like how much it cost. The price for a box of 03 Ultimate. These, I believe, were uncirculated at the top of hobby boxes. 259 print. This is the red. Emmanuel Valdez. That's the refractor. That again is 2022 BC. Here's a Josh Hamilton. These are one per factory set. I've actually broke probably 5 or 10 of these. Best auto I've pulled. I think I pulled a Carl Crawford, which is, that's pretty damn good. It's a big checklist. So there's Hamilton. gets a 9. Lone Star Signatures Vic. These are tough because they've got the white right there. But this one did, about what I expected. I was thinking 8 or 8.5 on that one. It's fair though. Rafaela. Don't know the hype. I haven't followed the prospect baseball market in a few months, so I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure these have come down 50% at least since he got called up, and I think he was called up like first week of September. But there's his base one in at 10. It's got a dimple right there, so you can already tell this card should not be a 10. It's graded, I think it's accurately graded a 9. So second year Peyton, Topps Finest Refractor in a 9. Yorbit Vivas. I think he showed some promise and maybe made it up to AA. So this is his gold from 2022 BC. 2022 BC. Yeah, 2022 BC was a product that I opened like 2 boxes, but I just went crazy buying prospect autos. I don't know. I just got like a rush and thought it was fun, and come to find out a year later, I think pretty much all the ones I bought are worth about half of what I paid. So there's my grand. There's my endeavor, you could say, into the prospect market. Here's Rafaela. Ian Lewis. Gold Shimmer. So there are a fair share of baseball prospect autos in this. Typically, I don't like to send those to SGC. Shiny cards, I think they look better with PSA. That's why you'll see a lot of shiny cards in this order. And prospect autos, I think they just make sense to send those to PSA. This is the SP, so I don't really know how rare this is. I think I bought it raw. And it could have been $70. It could have been like 110, but there's Julio's SP from 2022 update. Here's Maddie. That is he's in his second year now, so here's his Young Guns in a 9. It's always funny looking at the fans on the back of some of these. Tovar, he put together a decent season. But the problem with that is he's playing for Colorado, and I mean, he would almost have to go like 30-30 with like a 290 average just to keep his hobby the same as it was last year. This time, I think at one point this card raw was going for over 100. I'm guessing you can get it for 20 or 30 bucks now. So they go up and down though. That's the way it is. Here's an interesting Peterson. This is status gold to 24. So. Always a fun product. Donruss Elite would always drop June, July. Might be one of the first cool products that would come out. And typically college uniforms with these turn of the century auto status, and they had like the parallels. I think cards were better back then, but just an opinion. Here is a Bowman LeBron base 9. And these are probably, I don't know, it seems like they're always going down, so it's probably worth 250 or so. Save that one. It's pretty cool. That one too. This one didn't do too well, but I don't think I had it. I think I had it rated an 8. And at this point, with the market the way it is, it really doesn't make sense to send a card like this and get an 8. You could probably almost sell it for more raw. There was a time when PSA 7s were selling for more than raw, and I mean, I'm sure there's cases where they do still, but I think a card like this, if you think it's an 8, probably shouldn't send it. So that begs the question: why did I send it? Mirror green, Pat Mahomes. This one's out of 5. Just got some slight white on the back, but interesting card. There's just so many parallels and so many sets. I don't really think it's very unique. Here's Steven Jackson Ultimate Collection. This one, $250. Just another fantastic set from 2004 football. That was the year they put out probably just some of the best sets. You know, it was a year before Exquisite Collection, but 05 Exquisite wasn't really the best product in terms of, I think they were still trying to dial things in. Kind of some awkward jersey and patch windows on that product. Third year Vic, Platinum Medallion. Now, the Platinum Medallions from 2003 are probably the weakest. They look a lot like the gold. The only difference is the tint's just slightly more gray, and it says platinum instead of gold. So, not their best job. I think 98 and 2000 were some of the best years for Platinum Medallions. Patrick Kane's Rookie Gems. He just signed with Detroit. And that one is a 9, which is pretty solid for a card that old. I think I had this pegged as a 10. So Skybox Thunder. Peyton Manning. For baseball, they called it Circa Thunder. But football was Skybox. It didn't really last that long. Showcase Wave of the Future David Ortiz. These have really fallen, but I don't think it's that rare of a card, so it does make sense. And it's definitely not tough to grade. So David Arias, David Ortiz. This is a supplemental. So the supplemental has a higher demand than the Fleer update. Probably tougher to grade too. That Fleer update's just all white. It's 60-40, 65-35 from right to left. Top to bottom's better though, almost 50-50. But supplemental Emmitt Smith, that's a rookie. That one got a 9. Let's keep going here. There's some older cards. This Roger. This is one I thought had a chance at a 10, but you know, it's a judgment call and there's no tweener grade. So it's going to be a 9 or a 10. If you sent this in 10 times, I mean, maybe come back a 10 like twice. But this time it's a 9. Cal Ripken. Flare Hot Gloves. Cool insert set. That's the first year they did the Hot Gloves, and they continued on with that set for years. So there's a cool Ripken. We'll do some of these Michael Harris cards. So this was a hot set in January. I think I was picking these up raw for 40 or 50 bucks. I have no idea what the market is for them right now, but they were pretty clean. Thought they had, a chance at a 10. Seems like the newer cards are not graded as strict as the older in some cases. Griffey Gold, that's 07 best gold. So, the Griffey cards with Seattle are always more coveted by myself and probably many other collectors, but this is still a nice one to 50. Locker Room Auto of Torrey Holt. So a player that is probably going to get into Canton here soon. We'll just have to wait, but Torrey Holt. Here's a Cal. This one just looked good. 82 Donruss. This is pretty cut and dry when you're looking at centering and such. It's got a little imperfection on the surface there, if you guys see that. Probably like a wax got stuck to it or something during production. This is the third one of this card, so another prospect, Rafaela. I'm gonna get to 10, so nothing crazy to see here. This card, DK Metcalf 2019 Optic Gold. That one's to 50, or excuse me, 10. Great card. And Rafaela, this is the gold. This one as well got a 10. So there were a lot of 10s in this order. Yarlin Susana. I think he's still with the Padres. Somebody could correct me on that if I'm wrong. But base prospect auto in a 9. Nick Chubb. That is the Purple Power Prism. Steven Jackson. This is a 2-color. Tough to get a 9 on this set, and if you ever see a 10, 10s don't pop up very often for the key players like, Eli Rivers, Fitz, Jackson, Roth. But this is a great copy. Just a little white on the corner right there. $2.99. There were different tiers of the RPAs. Tier 1 was $2.99. I think 2 was $4.99 and 3 was $7.99. That was one of the sets that I liked when I was in college. So, Steven Jackson, Adrian Placencia, probably top 15, top 10 in the Angels organization right now. Here's his gold in a 9. And his signature, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. This card. This is a guy that really doesn't have I don't want to be mean, but he really doesn't have a bright future. It's small. I was going to say he's small for first baseman, but he's an outfielder, so I don't know. This card's probably worth $30. But when I sent it in, it made more sense than it does today. That happens sometimes with some of these prospects. Juan Guerrero, this is the mini diamond. As you can see, it's kind of like a cracked ice look there. But Juan Guerrero's mini diamond prospect from 2022 BC. A product you've seen a lot already in this video. We'll go to baseball. Platinum Medallion 04. So even these 04s, I would say, look superior to the 2003s. See that shine on the name? This isn't the best design, but it's definitely better than 2003. So Vlad's Platinum gets a 9. This is a pretty solid grade there. Michael Harris Orange foil. These were $2.99. And that product stayed. I think it's dropped. It's dropped definitely since it came out. There's just so much of it out there. Mejia, that's just the non-auto. I got a 9. Emmanuel Valdez gets a 10. Base auto from 2022 Bowman Chrome. Here's some more of these golds. Michael Harris again gets a 9 on the gold. I think there's 5 or 6 of this card in this order, so there's a 9 on that one. Tristan Casas for Boston gets a 10. Vintage Breeze. Always a fun card to send in, and the condition on these is so cut and dry that you can just kind of tell what you have. Centering's obvious, and the colors are so bold. The chipping pops out at you. O2 Ultra Brady. That one got a 9. That's just the base. So I don't think they did platinum medallions in 2002. I don't really know why. Dwight Freeney, Topps Pristine. Neat one. 79, so a Topps random print. They seem to like to do that. So, Topps Pristine, future Hall of Famer, I would say, there with that one. Here's a nice Michael Harris. This is the black to, 72. So the black prints keep going up higher. just a little every year, right? Then add in some more parallels. This one didn't do that good. Paramount Brady 8, but I would say that this would sell for a tad more than raw at this point. You'd have to collect some sales and see the data on that, but it seems like it would. Adiel Amador. I would say he'll probably get called up next year. So here's his 21 BC refractor. And the surface on all of his cards are scratched pretty much. I think he just threw them into a pile and then signed them. That's my theory on those. Trilogy Signature Future Peterson. Do this one. Falk Finest, 1999 Topps Finest out of 100. So this is the kind of card that I just like. You know, I'll definitely send some of these to SGC. The gold contrast with the black outline looks good too. There's a lot of refractors that I just tend to send to PSA, but I'm definitely not opposed to it. Sending those to SGC as well. Tony Gwynn's Bowman Chrome Refractor. Platinum Medallion Roger. This is one I thought would probably get a 9, just because the front's so clean. You know, it's not perfect. I wouldn't consider this a gem mint card, but to me it's an 8.5 or a 9. Today it got an 8 though. So Clemens, Shaq. I only sent this thing because I thought it was a 10. So I mean, this card in 9 doesn't really make sense to even send it in, just unless you're just doing it for fun. And you know, this order there is some fun aspect to this order, and a lot of the orders I've been putting together aren't solely focused on profits and return on investment and all that. This rookie premiere, it's got the sticker on the back, so you would think it's a pretty legit card. So an 8. The Edge Finest, this is another one. You know, I was thinking 9 or 10 on it, but still a sweet card. Here's a Cal. I think there's a Moss spot in here somewhere, so I don't want to upset the audience. Here's a Cal SPX. That one got a 9. Very respectable. This is just cool because it's actual game jersey. It was jumbo. It's Ultimate Collection. It had a lot of things going for it. It's definitely post-playing career, but in this case, I made the exception to buy it, and then it came in. It looks really good. Got a 10. But I've actually been collecting a lot of raw cards, so I don't know. It's fun just buying them raw, not having to focus on, oh, is this gradable, this and that. MVP. This is a neat one. So that's Players Inc. second year. I think I could have picked a better photo. Maybe put with his helmet on or something. But Players Inc. level 2s were purple, and they were hand numbered to 100. So a nice Peyton Manning and a 9. That's probably a $500 card. Bray and Bello. This is the SSP from 2023 Topps S1. We'll go locker room auto. I think there's more of these. Edge locker room auto. It's a 9. This is a great copy. This is arguably the best copy I've ever come across. So I thought this. It's got everything, and I've probably bought 50, I don't know, 40 or 50 of these raw, but I don't typically send them in because they're so condition sensitive. That's a great one though. That would be one I would just keep. It's nicer than an SGC 10 that I had. Mini Diamond Yankee, I'll get to 9. That one's to 50. Here's a Breeze. There's a lot of cool cards in this order. I jam-packed this puppy. Breeze SPX to 250. This is one I bought raw, and I was shocked by the condition. So there are good cards to find raw still. Just be patient with it. Here's one of these prospects. Henry Williams from Chrome Draft 2022. He's a first-round pick, I think. Third-round pick, okay. I don't know what to make of that card. Oscar Colas. This card, yeah, he had a rough season. Let's just put it that way. This card could quickly be worth nothing. I think now it's worth $50. It probably peaked at about $150. I think with another bad season, that card's worth $10. Victor Labrada, fringe prospect. I think he's getting old. Here's his orange in a 10. So, strategy with this, I don't know. I don't really know if there's a good strategy. Maybe he'll get called up at some point and have a couple good games, and then I can sell it. But I don't know about that card. Brian Bello. There's his gold. And that is 2022 Bowman. So here's another, we're just going through prospects right now. Oscar Colas. Here's his gold. Maybe he'll have a hot spring training and then I can sell. Yankee. It seems like when players come up and play like that, the future is very bleak. One player that comes to mind is Jared Kelenic with the Mariners, who kind of did that, and then he actually put together a decent season last year. So it's not unheard of, but it is rare, I think, that he'll come through and be like a superstar. There's another one. Switch it up with football. Torrey Holt. This is Incredible Ink. The retro auto. Yankee. Whoops, trying to make a stack here of the cool cards to save for last. We'll put it right there. Diamond Kings Griffey. These are always fun to send in. So there's a Kings Griffey. Platinum Medallion, Breeze. That's the 66. And that's a pretty old Breeze card. 4th year. A solid 9 on that one. Amador. Again, probably a scratch surface on this one. I don't think I've ever seen a 10 of his base or his refractor to this point, but I'm sure they do exist. Frank Gore. Scripts for Success. These are cheap. I think I picked one up for $25 last week, raw. So, I mean, for a future Hall of Fame back, he's consistent. Part of the struggle is trying to stay on the field, and he was on the field a lot. Patrick Willis. That is 2007 Topps Chrome base auto. Here's a Brian Urlacher. That's Upper Deck Encore, the Authentics on-card autos. So yeah, from this order you can tell the era that I'm partial to, but I think you guys that watch kind of get used to it. Steven Jackson, this is cool. This is the Sweet Spot Gold. So that's out of 100. I think bases they weren't that much higher. They were like at 199 maybe. To check me on that. Peyton Manning, 2nd year Topps Chrome refractor. These are just classic cards with crazy shine. Here's a cool shady. That's the orange refractor to 25. Torrey Holt, 2nd year signature piece. So you've got a game jersey and an on-card auto, and 2,000 pros and prospects is a pretty cool set. So Torrey Holt. Michael Harris Gold. We've seen this card. Another Michael Harris Gold. Continuing with Oscar Colas again. We'll do a couple of these in a row. Seti and Rafaela Refractor, $4.99. That one got a 10, and then another base. I think we've seen 3 of these bases now, so the base gets a 10 as well. This is a nice Bonds refractor from 1999 Topps Chrome. Crazy shine on that one. Locker room auto, Torrey Holt. Continuing on. Michael Garcia, prospect auto for the Royals. That is the neon green pulsar of Saquon Barkley. These are gonna fall. That's 01 Topps, certified auto of Breeze. And a 9. College uniform. Don't know when that product dropped. I want to say summer. Here's an SPX second year Supreme Signatures in a 10. Pretty nice one. Man Ram. We've got the Showcase Row Zero Legacy from 99. 98. That one's out of 100. It's got the nameplate in blue, which seems to be the kind that is authentic and not the backdoored version. So, a nice Man Ram Bray and Bello orange to 100 or to 25. That's the orange. So there is a fair share of him in this order. Here's a Nationals prospect, TJ White. I don't know if you guys know much about this guy, but here's his gold. I think he was a first-round pick in 2021. He was a fifth-round pick. Scratch that. But there's his gold in a 10. Audio Lamador in a 9. That's gold to 50. And, of course, it's got some subtle scratches, which would be expected of his prospect cards. Edinson Paulino for the Red Sox. This is a 10 in the base gold from 2022 Bowman Chrome. Rogers Topps Chrome. That one's off-centered, obviously, left to right, if you can see that. Steven Jackson. Great card. So that's 2004 Bowman Chrome, and the top-tiered rookies got their autos numbered to 199, and Steven was in that select group. Here's a Rivers Topps Chrome, pretty much dead centered, so that one got a 10. And then we'll go back to some locker room. Another locker room auto. Edgerrin James locker room auto gets a 9, so $50 card if I had to throw a price on that one. Hitting Machines, Frank. So that's 96 Ultra, pretty cool insert. An older Frank Thomas there. Cool card. Skybox Premium Autographics. This does not have a number. Let's see how it's blank right there. But Fred Taylor, respectable, gets a 9. Peyton Manning Bowman Chrome. There's your base in a 9. This is a neat one. The running back appreciation continues with this Sean. So that's OOBC 99. That's out of 99. The refractor versions were out of 99. Sean Alexander. So pretty nifty card right there. Here's Urlacher. That's his Spa base Future Watch. These are like 200. Larry Ultimate Collection in a 10. So just a Penn State product. Chiefs back. A few 1,000-yard seasons. Cheap cards too. Cool set as well. That's probably why that one was picked up. This is a Blazer. I'm going to save that one. That one needs to go at the end. Yeah, I'm throwing some of the really cool cards towards the end for the finale. This is a great card too. It just didn't quite make the cut. Platinum Medallion, David Ortiz, 1999. And those were a good year. I wish the numbering was lower, like in the 50s or 60s, but they're out of 99. So, Kurt Warner. Playoff contenders. SSD was the type of foil they used or something. I talk about that every time I show one of these cards. But Kurt Warner's contenders ticket, Hall of Famer in a 9. Fair grade, I'd say, for that one. Lynch pins. This is one that I thought was an 8. I sent it in and got an 8. So you can't really complain when the card's graded accurately. But it is a cool insert from the late 90s. So Lynch pins, Frank Thomas gets an 8. Tony Gwynn. These Donrusses and Fleers are fun to send in. You get experience with them. You get confidence with them. I've definitely gotten some 10s on the Donruss and the Fleer. Never gotten a 10 on the tops. That's impossible. But I think I've got a 9. Here's the Fleer. These are centered up great. So I pick them up raw, anywhere from $7 to $15 typically. And if you get a 9, you're not really to be honest with you, you're not doing that well. But you're also not losing. Mon Green, Husker back. And he went on to, I think he had 5,000-yard seasons or so with the Packers. He played a little with the Texans, and he's drafted by Seattle. Rookie watch Vic in a 10. Here's a nice one for the Gwynn PC. Finest 99 refractor to 100. Ron Dane. So, Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dane. There's his SPX in a 9. Tough set. So he's chipped right here. That's a beauty, though. We'll do another locker room auto. These are getting kind of stagnant with this card. Another 9. Bowman's Best. So Bowman's Best Moss base in a 9. $20 card, I'd say. Nothing too crazy there. Ron Dane. Here's his gold. Whoops. Gold refractor to 200. Crazy shine on that. It's got that deckled edge, which I don't hate it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd be fine without it. So deckled edge Dane, followed up by Peyton Manning EX base 9. It's in a thicker one. I don't know why they put it in a thicker holder. It's like a 55-point card. And I was happy with this. This is the Series 2 gold medallion. I don't think I even have this one. Maybe. But not really the easiest set either. So gold medallion Moss. Griffey Red Hot. Cool insert. There is the White Hot, which is much rarer. But here's the Red Hot in the 9. That's a 95 Pinnacle. And I think that was a ComC card that just looked pretty good, which is not all that common to buy a card off of ComC and have it coming in looking fresh, because when people send their stuff to ComC, I think they just throw it in a soft sleeve and throw it in a box. And that's that. So here's a second year Vic gold refractor. That's a sweet one. Peyton, Stardate 2001. These were at one point like 700, 800 bucks. Maybe pushed 1,000 at one point. So Stardate 2001. I have no idea what they're worth now, though. It'll be interesting to do some market research on these cards when I go to sell a lot of them. This won't be getting sold, though. This is a Falk refractor. So that's 99 Bowman Chrome Falk. Just your base refractor. Actually just sold an SGC 9 of that card in a gold to 25 because it looked too off-centered to be a 9, so I sold it. First day issues were pretty neat, 200. I mean, they really don't look that much different than the base. But they do have that emblem right there. So you know it's a first day issue. And Yankiel Fernandez color match purple to 250. Elias Peterson, I don't know. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but we have a hockey card sneaking in. I always say it, but I'm going to get some more hockey in these orders. Tovar and Curtis Mead. So here's Tovar and Curtis Mead. Curtis Mead, I think he's from Australia or something. Yeah, Australia. Random. Alright, continuing on with the Marshall Falk. We have the Bowman Chrome Golden Anniversary. Kind of a nice one. To 50. So Falk. Rafaela Refractor. I feel like we've seen a lot. Shift this back just to 10. That is $4.99 in a 10. Michael Garcia Gold in a 10. Here's Maddie. We saw this. I feel like we saw this card already, but it could have been the orange. Adrian Placencia. And that is a 10 gold refractor. Not the best picture of Griffey, but a cool card nonetheless. 97 Bowman Chrome refractor and a 9. Caulfield. Third year now. The Young Guns card 201. This is actually one of the cooler cards in the order, in my opinion. So Series 2 Pro Uniforms Platinum Medallion. Numbering 66, Amon Green. Storied college career and an excellent pro career. So there's the Platinum Medallion. You don't see that card come up very often. Let's put the stack over here. Nate McKinnon, that is the Young Guns. Eli, SP Game Used Edition. And that is a 9. That one's out of 100. This is a neat one. So the Parallel 100. Back in the day, I sold a Tom Brady of this that I actually got in a pack at a card show in 2000, if you can believe it. But I don't know what the story was. I kept it for 5-6 years and then sold it for like 150 bucks and thought I did well on it. I think I sold it after his first 2 or 3 Super Bowls. But interesting story. And a that's a good pull. But when I pulled it, I wasn't really happy. So Upper Deck Breeze. I was trying to get, Peter Warwick, Ron Dane. LTBC, superimposed image. Gets a 9. These are always fun to send in, these scores, because if you just get the slightest little white, they usually 9 you. But, this one could pass as a 10. But, cool card, score, fun set for kids. It's still around today. Just a Trout 2022 Bowman Chrome orange to 25. Another Australian, Curtis Mead. That's the base. This thing's bothering me. This row 0 did not do great. Got an 8, so 250 print. Randy Moss. Same with this one. SP game used. But that's the thing. If a card doesn't get a grade you thought it was, it should. It's just a quick opinion. So if you feel strongly, try again with the same grader, different grader. Everybody sees different things with these cards, so don't take it personally. Platinum Medallion Edge, that's an 05 Ultra. There's Peyton in the background, like in his passing pose. Kind of an interesting card. Not really much value. We'll save that one. We got a Culpepper gold. That's finest gold. That's out of 100, I believe. Solid career, a couple Pro Bowls. People will say he threw to Randy Moss, which is true. But you can't dispute that he does have some good highlights. He was a big boy to bring down. They listed him at like 260, but he looked even heavier. Thomas refractor from 99. And this card's sunk into low levels. I think it's a good buy now. If you can get a 9 of this for under $200, I think that's a good buy. Can't see it falling too much more. Put that over there. We've got the Crown LT. That's the 250. And the back of these typically all have chipping, just white somewhere with the crown. So most 10s I've seen or owned have it as well. Same card. Let's check the back. You could say that right there, that a refractor of Yankee. Rafaela. Miro Heiskanen, that's his future watch. Sign of the Times Breeze gets a 9. Ovation Vic, that's on card. The world premiere. These are actually pretty good looking cards. A lot of good sets by Upper Deck though in this era that you can find and collect still. Pick up players that you used to be fans of for good prices. Here's the Grinky. That is the Prospect Premier featured gem in a 10. If the auto was graded, it'd be a 9 or an 8. See how it's not in the window, but it's bold, so to me it doesn't bother me. Terrell Suggs Ultimate Collection to 250. I think people caught on to this card. I just took one down raw the other night, and it went a lot higher than I had paid for them in the past. Tovar again. Not really what you guys probably want to see. But, you know, this kid could be good. And he showed some flashes, so let's not be too quick to judge him. And we're gonna finish up with like 10 more cards, and most of these should be pretty big cards. So the old finale's underway, and here's Adiel Amador. A 9. I was just talking all about how it's impossible to get a 10, can't get a 10 on an Amador, and here's a 10 on the gold. So I mean, I think this card should have quite the premium. So we'll kind of see what happens with him if he gets called up next year or 2025. But that's a great one. Peyton. So the refractor, it is the 400. The atomic, you know, has that badass design. But this still looks good. And that one got a 9, so very respectable. Star Rookie Pujols, 10. Great card. Cool with the ball right there, too. You know, the ball's blurry because it's coming in. Here's a sweet Moss. I just saw a 9 of this go for 250, 300, so this card's got to be at least 600. The gold 300 and a 10. So, and we'll do another Moss, the premium autographics. So there is the version, the 10 numbered to 50 in blue ink, which I don't know if I actually own that card. I would have to look into the collection and see what's going on with that card. But this is the base one, and the base one still commands a pretty big premium. Let's do this one. This one was listed, I think I bought it on ComC, but it looked pretty nice, and I had to pay up for it. It just got a little white snow and maybe a little bit of chipping on the corner, but not bad at all. I thought it looked, you know, like an 8.5 or so. So Pepper's gold. It's not signed, but it is the SP Authentic gold for a Canton-bound player. Here's the LT Topps Chrome. These are about 700. So crazy shine on that one. And Vic Platinum Medallion in a 10. I wasn't really expecting this. I'll have to check the sheet to see what I had it written down as. But, I mean, it's a really clean copy. So Platinum Medallion, for these ones, they did do kind of like a die cut thing. But, just a great card. Topps Chrome Griffey. Now that's a great image on this one. And these older Topps Chrome refractors are very highly sought after. And this Griffey, just a fantastic card. All right, close out. Last card. Woodson. That's going to be the Rose 0 to 500. 98 Showcase Rookie. And he gets a respectable 9. So overall, I mean, this was, I don't know how to rank my orders, but I think this is one of the best ones I've turned in a while from PSA. So drop a comment, throat strife, I'm talking so much, and let me know if you liked it. Thanks.